Hey guys, welcome to Life is Strange, Episode 3, Chaos Theory Spoilercast. I'm Alex Neal, just like I was last time in Episode 2 Spoilercast. With me, of course, Jacob Bryant.
Woo, Angstcast.
Xcast as Jarrett, our third spoiler. He can't be here for this, but because he can't handle this. He can't handle
You
all
know, the
of this.
raw angst.
Oh my god, let me tell you about some raw angst. Time travel, right?
So good.
Let's just fucking mess around with chaos theory and the butterfly effect. So before we get into it, because we're gonna have to talk about the ending intermittently throughout. This is a spoiler cast, by the way. Spoiler warning. How deep, when you started this series, how deep did you think they were gonna go on the superpowers aspect of it?
Not really at all. When I went into it, like you said, you sent me a text that you could probably like this game because you know
Yeah.
my adoration of teen angst.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna mostly be kind of like a mostly teen life thing, and then just like a little sprinkling of superpowers here and there. But man, they kicked it up another level, and by the end of this episode,
Yeah, they were like, no, we're all in on both aspects of this, the angst and the superpowers. No, I was with you. Like, I didn't think they were gonna really fuck around with the powers at all. I didn't think because at the end of episode 2, when you get the power to stop time temporarily, I was like, well, maybe they're gonna keep giving your character new powers every episode, which they do so far.
so far, yeah.
But I didn't think it was gonna be as anything as crazy as what they did here. And I'm glad that they did
Yeah,
because
I mean, like we're gonna probably talk about it in more detail, but the part with the picture, I was like kind
yeah,
of leaning on my side, playing like I was into it, but I was comfortable. And then like you can like it like shakes, and you can like hear them at the time. And I very few times do I ever like completely sit up, and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? There's no way they're
yeah.
gonna just do this
I
right
was like,
now.
I knew exactly where this was going, and I'm like, oh shit! And I
Yeah.
like tighten myself up, stood up straight, like what is going on? Yeah, that was just insane. As soon as the picture started vibrating, you could hear the sound. Oh god, this
God, it's so
episode.
good. It's so good. They
Like
play with so
we
many
were,
cool things too. Like, I mean, we both saved Kate, right? You saved her, right?
yeah, yeah,
And they toy. I mean, I like the fact that they spend a lot of the episode playing with like, oh my god, you're such a hero, and like it's cool to be a hero in that situation, but also kind of shitty that you like would
yeah,
have to be considered a hero to like help someone out through something like that. So
yeah.
like they play with like it's kind of she's like struggles with being more popular because she saved someone's life, and the fact that like I really wish I would have never just had to do this in the first place at the same time.
Yeah, and like I think that's what makes Max cool, and obviously the true hero is that like she was more happy about the fact that Kate was okay than the fact that everybody was happy that she saved her.
Yeah.
And like that was a good way to kind of kick off the episode was like have her wake up from that nightmare and reach out to Kate and stuff like that. I can't imagine what it's like to have
I know.
Kate dead.
It's got to be
We talked
rough.
about it. Yeah, it's got because like everybody's got to be like super bummed. And we talked about it last week, like having someone commit suicide is basically like you have a whole different game. But I imagine with the way they ended it, Kate might not be dead in that version, that alternate timeline.
It's true.
And that could if you did end up having Kate die, that could open up a series of dialogue where Max is like, I'm not going to let anything happen to you in this alternate timeline that we're going to be playing around with next episode. God,
So
we're
good.
going to have to drop some serious theories at the end of this. Um, all right, so this episode I thought was like a lot more low key, like a lot less happened, but I was totally okay with that.
Yeah. I needed to breathe after episode two.
Yeah, and I
So,
I really appreciate that they let you do that. Like there was no someone's gonna die unless you. Well, I was gonna say there's no someone's gonna die
yeah.
puzzle, but actually there is kind of one
Yeah.
at the end. But there's no like really time sensitive puzzle that you feel like you're on like a time limit like the train one in episode 2. or Kate at the end of episode 2. So I have like a list of all the decisions and what I remember. So we'll go through it. I also want to say I'm making it happen. That Alex has Chloe love Max theory. I'm letting you know. this is
It's
this is
happening.
100% gonna happen.
Oh, me too, for sure.
When she's like, "Why don't you just kiss me right now?" Were
Oh,
you like,
I was like, there's only one option here. It should have just happened.
"Yeah, like I couldn't have hit like the square button faster." I'm like,
Yeah. Do it.
yeah, it was awesome. And like I thought that kind of option would appear when they were like swimming in the pool together.
Oh, I did too. That would have been a little more
Uh,
ham-fisted. Like,
yeah,
they're
that would have been
making out in the
also a little
pool.
bit more corny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the episode starts with you kind of like walking around the dorm, and I don't know if you have to do this, but you get the option to go into Victoria's room,
Oh, I'm coming
and you
through
get to
that shit.
snoop around in there, take a picture of her glow in the dark statue, which I thought was clever that you had to hold the light on it for like a few seconds before you could do it. I mean, like it started like very slow. Nothing really happened. You just kind of talk to people who were like super bummed about Kate and like hoping that she's okay.
So many hypocrites. I was
Yeah,
like getting pissed too. Like everyone had the writings on everyone's little mini boards. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch, you sons of
yeah,
bitches.
yeah. Welcome to the bandwagon, you assholes.
Exactly.
Did you talk to the girl in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Who's got like her mom has issues and whatever, and she was one of the Vortex Club whatever's, and she's like, Kate, I hope you're okay. I didn't want to tell her
Yeah.
just like to fuck right off, but
Yeah. But I
I
kind of
chose
did.
against it. Yeah. Yo, you did?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I was nice to her in episode 2, but fuck her. Fuck those people. They're the worst.
I mean,
Get up.
yes.
I mean, yes, they are the worst. Fuck them. I'm not
I
gonna. I
can't
mean,
disagree with you.
so I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna pretend to be not. Yeah, you got some shitty things going on in your life, but you're being an asshole, so you deserve to be called out on it.
Yeah, and then you find out Victoria like snuck out, and you're like,
That gave me some
girl.
straight up bad vibes. That whole scene.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that scene.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I was.
We'll get there.
I'm jumping ahead.
I think yeah, like I spent a lot more time just kind of like walking around and looking at absolutely everything, because it helped me before when you go through Kate's room and you see that her dad loved her, and like this information was really important at the end of that episode. So I was like, I'm gonna take my time through this, try and get all the pictures, which I didn't. God damn it.
I didn't either. Fucking sucked. I think I missed a
Yeah.
really important one near the end too.
Yeah, I like. I got that one.
Fuck that.
I
I couldn't
like.
get it. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
It's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
I like that you have Kate's bunny also. He's super
Oh
cute.
yeah.
I killed my plant though. I drowned it
Oh, I did. I killed it by not giving it anything to sustain
to
life.
drink.
I just ignored it completely the entire time.
Yeah, you go to it and it's like I drowned my own plant because I watered it 2 episodes in a row, which was across 2 days. I thought it'd be fine. But no, fucking
I watered it the
bullshit.
first episode, and apparently it did in the second. Apparently it needs one. Perfect amount of water because I watered it the first time and not the second time, and it's dead as shit in this episode.
I think you have to water it the second time,
Huh.
or just the second episode, because maybe like because in the first episode it's like the afternoon, so maybe you watered it in the morning, and then you get the chance to water it in the morning on the second episode. So
Fucking
finicky plants, God, like nature is such
Yeah.
bullshit.
such bullshit.
Yeah, so then you leave the school, you have to sneak past the principal who's fucking wasted. He's white girl wasted.
He's straight up trash. You can't suspend me yet. I wanted to. Did you just listen to him talk and just kind of just mumbly sitting around?
Yeah, yeah, for a little bit, and I was like, I'm about to ninja my way through this as the Blackwater Ninjas, which I loved. and Chloe fucking sneaks up on you, scares the shit out of you.
Oh my god, yeah, that scared the fuck out of me.
It almost made me jump, but I'm like, oh, she's gonna pull some shit.
I did jump. You got me good, Chloe.
No, Chloe. God damn it! I just keep flashing forward to the end of this episode.
I know, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I love the whole walking around the school stuff. I mean, before you go to the school, you see fucking Victoria trying to sleaze up to what's his face,
Oh god,
handsome teacher.
Mr. Jefferson.
Yeah,
Oh, you see, I had my concerns about Mr. Jefferson. I know in the past Spoilercast, we've had a weird like line of people we've believed or not believed to be pedophiles in the coming episodes, and yeah, I thought Mr. Jefferson he might be going down the pedo path, but he earned some points in my book by just straight up
telling
giving
her to
Victoria
fuck
the
right
shit.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like twice in a row.
Allegedly he had sex with Rachel Amber, so
Yeah.
we don't know.
I know. God damn it, Mr. Jefferson, you're an enigma wrapped up
He
in
is an
mystery.
enigma. Him and David Madsen, I'm really curious to see how they play into
Now.
the episodes. Yeah, especially now, but like they clearly have some higher role. Like, they're going to be very important toward the end, and you have like kind of seminal choices in regards to them. Obviously, the only Mr. Jefferson choice was at the end of episode 2 so far, but I'm curious to see what happens next
Yeah.
with them. Who knows?
I still am pretty leery of Mr. Jefferson, though.
Yeah, like I don't know, like because remember he had that really interesting phone conversation that you can eavesdrop on, and my theory is still that he was talking to Rachel. Rachel,
Right.
but we don't know. It would make too much sense, or it wouldn't make enough sense that he was talking to somebody who's missing. We'll see. It's his ex-wife who was a 17-year-old girl. That's what it was. That's what it was.
This game's getting angstier and angstier by the second.
Yeah. Walking around the school was awesome at night, just like fucksing around.
Oh yeah, just did you go into Mr. Jefferson's room and like look at all the pictures for the contest
Yeah.
and all that stuff?
Of course I did.
I,
I was just digging
almost
around.
didn't want to, but I did. I did it all.
I didn't realize I was looking at the contest photos until I backed out and it says look at contest photos. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that was. I like that you do get to see a shot of one of Nathan's photos, and
got some talent.
he's got some talent. You know, as fucked up as he is, could be all that related. You could also change Warren's grade.
Oh, I did that for sure.
Oh, I went up and I did it. I'm like, oh, wait. What am I doing? No. I can't do this.
That's what happened to me too. I would have done it if I would have known, but I accidentally like initiated me just straight up cheating for him.
Yeah, because like I know like someone's gonna know it was supposed to be a B minus, and then someone's gonna know that someone changed this, and then I'm gonna get in trouble, or Warren's gonna get in trouble. And that's bullshit.
Yeah, we can't get in trouble. We were ninjas, remember?
Excuse me, Black Belt Ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warren. I didn't want to get Warren in trouble, so I didn't. I did take a picture of the skeleton with the cigarette though, because he was too classy. Let's see. You have to make a pipe bomb.
Yeah, I was like, that's okay, sure. And Warren was really quick about knowing how to make a pipe bomb too. I was like,
Warren knows how to make a fucking pipe bomb. I'll tell you what. Like, when you blow it up, and like clearly it's like an explosion. The door flies off. I'm like, we can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, you understand that, right?
Yeah.
But I love that it also played into the mechanic that they hadn't really played up before. Of like, you could basically transport yourself.
Yeah, I kind of really put together that like I mean, I had known that, but I didn't. That puzzle took me a while. Where I was like, okay, you can just stand in the room and then rewind before you blow it up, and it's fine. I was like looking all over for like an alarm system that I could turn off or something dumb.
Yeah,
like
I tried
that.
to rewind and then turn off an alarm before it blew up. But then after just experimenting, I figured it out.
Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, I never really. I mean, I had seen it happen, but I never really thought about being effective. Like, yeah, she can essentially just straight up teleport if she wants to.
Yeah, and like they're playing into these powers and giving them the attention that they deserve. Like the two tenets of this are teenage drama and superpowers.
Yeah.
These are
The two
literally my two
best
favorite
things.
things. Like when the discussion we had like some time ago was like what kind of TV we like, and we both settled that supernatural teenage drama is my favorite television
Yeah.
anything. So
It's the best. It's the best.
it's the
Secret
absolute
Circle,
best.
obviously.
Yeah, Secret Circle. Bring it back, season 2. Come on. Right. You show up in the office, and that's a great scene with her and Chloe.
Oh yeah,
Just
when
because
she
it's like,
sits down. Oh man, I love when she sits behind the table and just makes herself comfortable.
Yeah,
Owns
of course.
the place.
She owns this place. And plus, like, you open the door and Chloe's like, "You fucking sneaky little bastard."
Oh yeah, I love you can see her just being pissed. Like she's so impressed by your powers, but she still wants to be better than you at the like she wants to beat you at pick this lock.
Yeah, I love that. Also, like throughout the episode, she's like, "Don't you rewind and take that shit back."
Oh yeah.
And especially for things. I didn't mean to sound horribly disgusted when I said that. When you're like taking the money, she's like, "Or did you rewind and know that this ends up terrible?" and stuff like that. When you can address that kind of stuff.
That's really the big choice.
You go through the files.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the first major choice of the episode, I think. Go through the files and you learn some dark, scary things about Nathan Prescott, perhaps. That almost all of his teachers think he should be with a psychologist.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying. And then he wrote Rachel in the dark room over and over and over again.
On that, yeah.
In the creepiest picture ever, maybe. And the next episode is called The Dark Room. So,
which I don't think I mean, like dark room, it's like the photography thing, but I'm guessing that it's not a photography thing. I'm guessing there's more supernatural things than just Max's powers.
Yeah.
Working around. The dark room might be like a place where, obviously,
Yeah, it could be
Rachel
like a
might be.
place out of time.
Yeah.
Kind of like in Chrono Trigger, you remember, there was like this before time existed place where you can take these doors to the different time eras. And if there could be something similar here where it leads to different timelines that you can travel between. Because like I imagine, I don't know if they'll do like the full 2 timeline type things, but I imagine you'll be able to return to the prime timeline that you were in before you changed the past with Max. I imagine possibly. Yeah, I mean, I can only hope. I imagine that maybe one of the final decisions of the game could you decide which will become the prime timeline. Which is one of those. Yeah, it's one of those butt clenching choices that you would save for the end of a video game. But you see. So Rachel's in the dark room is. That's a really ominous thing.
Yeah, and you also learn like, Chloe was like a terrible student. I thought she was going to be like a troublemaker, but like incredibly smart and like had great grades, but just couldn't be there. But no, she just didn't give a fuck about school.
Yeah, obviously he's troubled, and we see a lot more of that in this episode.
Yeah, and you learn that Shock, Nathan Prescott's father, is also a total dick. I believe my substantial...
And a serial blast.
Yeah, serial blacklister, yeah, no kidding. He's the worst. And then, what else do you read about? Oh, you read about yourself, which is kind of cool, but also terrifying.
Yeah, I did appreciate that. You're in your file, they're like, she represents the best because, she's clearly like a hero. She's got a good heart. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You dick.
That's all right.
I can't imagine what that file says if Kate jumps though.
Oh God, yeah. See, that's just one more. I don't want to know. Like, I want to see it, but I really don't because.
Yeah, I don't want to live in a reality where that was possible, where that might have happened.
Did you like that you didn't really get to see? You only, there's, I mean, she's mentioned the entire episode, but you only really talked to her through a text one time the entire episode. Did you like that, or
I
did you
you
want to
know
like see her?
I think that makes sense. Like I said, it's very difficult to have a reality where like this like kind of suicide happened or didn't happen. So I think that was them kind of meeting in the middle on it. It's a little cheap, especially considering going forward they can show Kate and have it be like canon because you're in an alternate timeline or whatever. But I don't know. Like I wasn't too upset about it. This episode, I'm just thinking about how good this was because I was looking at this the wiki page that I'm getting all the different choices from. Now there were a few things that I missed in the school. I think it might have actually been in like the next scene in the locker room, but I just want to go real quickly. The Vortex Club. You can change the party list to either put your name on it.
I did that. I put my name on it and I erased people's names.
Where was it? I didn't.
It's in the pool. It's like if you walk all the way to where the exit door is, it's like around the corner on a table behind like some mats and stuff. Just a clipboard.
See, I thought I checked everything. And you can also, yeah, you can erase names. Whose names did you erase?
She doesn't really point it out. She just said, "I guess you're not invited." I guess you're not invited. So I'm guessing that's something you're just gonna find out when you get there. I would imagine. I mean, you can guess who probably is gonna be erased off, but they'll probably still get like. If you erase Victoria's name, I'm sure she'd still be able to get in. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else. Who else?
Nathan.
That's true.
So, yeah, I'm like looking at the list. That was like the one thing that I didn't see at all. Just like the sign the petition where you can find out like I would have made all the difference on the petition.
Did you see the? Oh yeah, I signed it and I was like, oh yeah, it did make a difference. And I was like, fuck yeah, you did. Petitions can work.
Apparently they can't. Not in my timeline.
Your timeline's fucked.
Yeah, my timeline's all fucked. It's the one where everyone's in a wheelchair. Everyone. Chloe's dad. Everybody.
Everybody's in a wheelchair.
So you go to the pool, and you're asked.
Did you take the money though?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't take the money.
You didn't? I fucking swiped that shit.
You're like, nah, pay that debt.
Chloe's rubbing off on me. Clearly got those sticky fingers now.
I mean, like, I considered it because clearly this is not going to any handicap fund. Like, come on.
Right. That's what I figured. I was surprised it was even there. I just assumed the principal also. I got some kind of, like, scummy vibes from him, too. Like,
oh, yeah, he's clearly up to no good.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps his door locked with no way in. That's not you trust.
He has the only key, and he has a whiskey bottle hidden in his office. No, I agree. Like that money was super shady. I thought about rewinding to see how the other option went, but I knew what the choice I made. I was going to stick with it though.
Chloe's in a great mood after you take it, though. She's just talking about how rich we are now, and I figured I should do something since I did try to shoot what's his name in the last episode. Maybe we should clean this up as quick as possible since I tried to murder him like yesterday.
I didn't, so that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The money's dirty as fuck, so whatever. Yeah. I thought that like, well, if the principal reported that this money was stolen, and presumably presumably. Unless the money's from his drugs.
Oh, God.
Presumably, like, they're going to find out who broke into the school. They might not. But if, like, Chloe stole a whole bunch of money, then she might get jail time. And I worry about that. So I don't want Chloe to go to prison. I love her.
I don't want Chloe to go to prison either. I don't want to be wheelchair bound either, but this is the choices we have.
No, I mean, like, you also don't want her to get shot, so understandable.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then, obviously, the most important choice is, did you choose to go in through the boys' or girls' locker room when you got there?
I said girls, 100%. Nice. She's like, ooh la la, and I'm like, did I do it? Did I make the right choice?
I said boys' locker room. Because I figured,
what'd she say?
she said, "Oh, she called me a perv. Called me a pervert."
That's fantastic.
But I mean, I figured whoever whoever your interests are, your curiosity, at least mine would be, we're gonna go into the opposite sex's bathroom and see what the fuck's up over there, see what that shit looks like.
Yeah.
She'd probably go into the girls' locker room whenever she wants. I mean, you can go into both eventually anyway, so it's not like a huge deal. But
Yeah, I just went around looking at all the pictures of dicks with Victoria's name,
oh, I know,
which was
a lot of
fantastic.
dicks,
A lot of dicks.
a lot of dicks.
Yeah, I mean, I spent like probably too much time walking around
Oh, picking everything apart. The picture that Warren has of him and Max, and is like, why does he have this? I'm like, oh,
Why
you are
does he
the
have this? I'm
densest.
like, Max, can you be any more aloof to this? God. I hope that's not what people thought, like what ladies thought in high school. I'm sure it is. But like, come on, girls. Get it together. It's because we wanted to have sex with you. That's the
Yeah,
answer.
well, maybe not just, but yeah, for sure.
No. It's because
nah.
we had all the
we were
feelings. We had all this
riddled with
angst built up for you.
riddled with angst and hormones that we couldn't control. It's not our fault. It's
Yeah,
not
we're gonna
anyone's
save
fault.
pictures in our locker room. Apparently,
And lust over them and invite each other to drive-throughs and stuff. That's what
yeah,
we do.
absolutely.
That's what we
Buy
do.
a ticket just in case you change your mind. That's the text message I got.
Oh, I told him I was gonna go. He said, "Now you
I know
can't
you-
back out."
Yeah, absolutely. Got our tickets, and you're like, I got this girl. Her name is Chloe. I'm
Well,
interested.
I'm interested. She got blue hair.
She got blue hair, and she's cool. This was very much for me the falling in love with Chloe episode. I don't know about you,
for
because
sure.
it was you spend more than half the episode with her, right? Like
Yeah.
it feels like at least.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the episode is the school scene, pretty much.
And then you guys get in a fight, but like the next scene that we'll talk about. So I guess we'll talk about when we get there. But you go through the pool. You guys go skinny dipping, kind of.
Kind of.
You
For
go
starters,
skinny in underwear.
at first I thought there was swimming suits. I was like, did you just come ready to swim? And I was like, oh, this makes more sense. This is just undergarments.
Yeah,
It's fair.
I saw Chloe getting all blushy when you take off your clothes, though. I saw that.
Really?
This is canon.
This is canon. I saw this happen. This is canon.
You're like, I missed it. No, it was there was some angst in that pool, and you guys. I love the conversations that Max and Chloe have, like either inside of a romantic sense or outside of it. They're just like they're clearly two people who really love each other, and
Yeah.
it's really
And
sweet.
they just fit together so well, you know? I mean, they're different.
Yeah.
Opposites, they can do the opposites attract thing. It's a little cliche, but I mean, they're fairly opposite in almost every way.
Speaking of which, I liked that when you're going through the files for the students, the only other person that has a 4.0 perfect GPA outside of Warren is Rachel Amber,
Rachel, yeah. God damn.
which was very interesting. I didn't expect her to be like a perfect student as well.
Right, because I mean, the entire episode, they kind of, for as much as everyone like is building up to be like this amazing person, a lot of people kind of shit on her in this episode, kind of offhandedly. They're like, "Oh, she's kind of a wild child, you know, a little wild, little mischievous, like everyone else." And like, I don't know. It's like, okay,
Yeah, and you have to wonder if like that was Chloe rubbing off on her, or if that was just who she was. You know, clearly with her romance with Frank, I think that there's a lot more to see there. So,
yeah.
and you have to meet her. Like I assume we're gonna meet her next episode instead of the last episode.
Yeah, there just wouldn't be enough time to really do a lot with her if you didn't meet her until the 5th episode.
Yeah, maybe you'll meet her at the end of the 4th episode, and then you'll spend time with her throughout the 5th. That would make sense. But I don't think she's dead. I think she's very much alive. She's in the dark room.
She's in the dark room with Nathan. What else was that?
So you almost get caught at the pool. You got to pull some ninja stuff, sneak around, do some Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, oh yeah, straight up Assassin's Creeding.
You have to air assassinate David.
No big deal.
If
He's
only.
dead now.
Yeah. And I guess you can get caught, but you can just rewind. So
Yeah. There aren't a lot
did
of.
you get caught at all?
No. I snuck like a goddamn champion just around the circle in that little locker. I thought there was going to be a place for me to hide, and you're going to have to pick like a good place to hide. And then when I found out you just have to just move around like lockers.
Yeah, she's like, I can find a place to hide, or I can just use my powers, or both. And I'm like, I'm just gonna use my powers. Like, I'll be fine.
I thought we learned the trouble of the danger of spamming powers a day ago.
Yeah. Although I very much didn't spam my powers in this episode. I barely used them at all, honestly. Just when I had to for dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, like she talks about it, and when you have to get the weed killer for the pipe bomb you have to make, she's like, I can knock this over. It's like, I can just use the chair. I don't need to waste my power. And I was like, yeah, good call, good call.
She's like, you've done this before. You know you're a fucking klutz. We're not gonna fuck this up first time this time. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you guys escape to Chloe's place and crash at her place, and that scene where the two of you wake up in the bed is like one of my all-time favorite scenes. It's probably my favorite scene from this game, but it's like one of my favorite scenes in games from this year.
Oh yeah, I laid there as long as I could.
Yeah, just like listening to the music, and we talked about it last episode, like those scenes at the junkyard where you can just kind of sit and it plays music and you like look around. And it's like a moment away from everything, and this was like a moment with everything that mattered. Max, Chloe, just laying there. It was gorgeous. Like I thought it was super sweet. As like either again, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. That's just the way I'm pushing it. But as just like friends, like you get the feeling of these two like bound forever. It's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like another theme of it is like Chloe, the Chloe now, as how I took it. Like Chloe, she is now, is like the reason Max discovered her powers, and like the way that how she's able to help people now and save people. And I was like, yeah, it's like,
and they talk about that. It's like go ahead.
Oh, yeah, they just kind of. I lost where I was going. Go ahead. We're professionals.
Like,
don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's just like a little bit of lag, I think, happening. But I agree that like without Chloe, Max wouldn't have her powers, and she says that to her. And she's like, "You're the reason I discovered I can help people." And it is very much like this episode at the same time felt more like a superhero origin story, more like a love story, but more like a really important like bond between two characters story. And it did all of them really well, which I was impressed by.
Agreed. And then you get to put on Rachel's sweet clothes.
Yeah.
Far
After you take a selfie in that bed.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, you get to put on Rachel's clothes. She looks good in them. She's rocking it. I appreciated it.
She was. I appreciated it better. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the episode 1 and 2 Max style. I was more of I'm a big Chloe fan. I like what she wears. I like the blue hair. I like the hat. I was like, because you can see, like, you mentioned that, like, was Rachel like this the whole time, or was, like, Chloe rubbing off on her? And, like, that, I mean, that's totally possible, because clearly she's rubbing off on Max by, you know, the clothes she wears, she can rock it, but she's also, like, rubbing off on me. Because I was like, you know what? We're going to fucking steal this money. Because Chloe needs it, and I'm all team Chloe.
I mean, I appreciate the way her character changes, Max. There is like decision coming up that like I don't understand why anyone would go one way or the other on it, but yeah, you can also take a picture of yourself in Rachel's clothes. I didn't know how to take a picture of the bird in the house or the bird statue on the principal's desk.
I couldn't figure that one out either.
So, I tried. I was like trying to get different angles on it. Like, goddamn. I'm trying to think. Like, I guess you go down and have breakfast. Took me forever to find the fucking eggs.
Oh, I mean, too.
How was I supposed to know
nothing was in the fridge?
In the fucking basket. Yeah. Like, you could open the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the bag by the door.
Okay, thanks. Who just leaves that shit there? You walked in the house with it and put it on the floor. Just carry it.
They're eggs. They need to be refrigerated.
This game, 0 out of 10.
2 out of 10. Garbage.
And then, did you go outside? I went outside looking for birds because I heard the bird, and I was like, I'm going to have to go and get a fucking bird's nest and get an egg that way. That's how
Yeah.
lost I was looking for eggs.
So I sat on the swing and saw all of the dead
Oh,
birds.
yeah, so many dead birds in a line,
Like,
just all over. You can see them at the diner later. There's one on the fucking
we're getting
ground.
bad omens, man.
A lot
It's
of them.
going bad. Oh God, yeah. It's and like especially with the end of the episode being like whales,
Just
3 whales dead on the beach.
dead.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, excuse me.
yeah. Because clearly you changed everything possible, but the whatever catastrophe is still heading towards the city.
Yeah, I mean
Same thing.
it's definitely linked to the powers in the dark
Yeah,
room. The dark room. I'm buying into this dark room, Jacob.
I can tell. You've mentioned it as many times as Nathan wrote it.
Yeah. So then Madsen shows up and he's all pissed. I deleted the voice machine
I did
message
too.
also,
Great call.
obviously, and because God, Chloe, listen, we didn't do anything bad. We were trying to
No.
help people. So,
The budding relationship.
well,
Just, being
you
kids
did
being
something
kids.
bad, stole money.
Okay.
But,
It was dirty money. We were both in agreement there. No one knows we took it.
yeah.
Which is weird because why would all those cameras that Madsen set up in the school only be on during the day when everyone's in school? Like you would think they would have still been picked up on camera. But
I thought they weren't like on yet. So I thought that's why the petition was still relevant because
I guess that's true. You're gonna have to
they,
start worrying
like,
about that though, because you didn't get the petition signed, so you're gonna start worrying about that. I'm not.
yeah, I'm gonna have to start sweating bullets over here. You can side. So Madsen comes back and he's all pissed. And oh, you can sneak into his office or his garage, try and get his
Right.
files. I guessed the password right first time, which was the date of their wedding.
Fuck that.
Did you get
I
it
assumed it
first
was
try?
going to be something to do with his military service, like that. The thing you find on that knife. That's what I guessed first,
Yeah,
but wrong.
but
'Cause,
nope.
I mean, it's depressing because he's a total douche, but he
Yeah.
like clearly like loves what's her name. Like,
Yeah, he loves
is
Joyce.
straight up in love. Yeah,
And he like there's a part of him that cares. There's a part of him that really does want to do the right thing. And like
Right. I mean,
he seems like just kind of aloof and dumb to it.
right. I mean, you see a little bit of it in the second episode, right? Right before you go and talk to Jefferson and do all that stuff. Like he talks to you and he's like, I'm trying to help. That's all I'm trying to do. He's like, he just does it in a terrible way.
Yeah, and that put him on both of our radar, which I'm glad that at least we noticed that. So like down the line, we could see like when we find out what he's trying to do, maybe we can empathize with him because like this episode, you can side with him or side against him, and because like through his files, you just find out that Rachel was hanging out with Frank. And if you side against him, which I can't imagine you not doing, because like at that point, like because Chloe, she brings up the fucking well, you hid in my closet and let me get hit because of the weed thing, like all the time. So I'm like, I'm
Oh
done.
yeah. Never gonna see the end of it. But yeah, you can't side with him because like, he's not making any good claims.
Yeah, because he refuses to talk about like he's not forthcoming with what he's trying to do. And also, like, I like in his files, like, when you're going through, like, Kate, it's like, goes to the bathroom during class for extended periods of time. Drugs?
Drugs.
And he says it, like, 3 times in her files. Drugs?
Yeah.
And then when he's, like, backing down, he says some stupid, like, chauvinistic things, but he's also, like, you can see in his face that, like, he's hurt because he's trying to do something, something good.
And he's clearly not the kind of person who can even really like convey what he's thinking without sounding like an ass. Like he really. I mean, the 3, Joyce, Chloe, and Max, they do gang up on him, but he goes about like pointing that out and like you said, the most chauvinistic way possible. Just the women, they're always here to gang up on the men. I was like, oh God.
And it's like, but like you can see in his face that like he seems like a gentler person than like he comes off as.
Right.
So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm leaving it open for him to surprise me and like him there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing everything the wrong way right now. So
Right.
I don't know how that conversation goes if you side with him though.
I don't know. Yeah, I want to know who is such a Madison fan over a Chloe fan that they're just like, yeah, hit her, slap her one more time right in the face. That's cool with me.
Just smack her around. It's just like, yeah, it's no. You leave and you go to the diner where you can. I really liked this diner scene.
I did too. Groundhog Day and up hard.
Yeah, and she even references that. You can walk around. Did you warn the homeless woman about the impending doom?
No.
I did.
God damn it. I fucked that up. I fucked all these
it
smaller
says,
places up bad.
Its decision will have consequences, like this little butterfly thing. I like the butterfly effect thing, which came in full motion in this episode also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that's gonna mean, but we'll see. And she just, well, I appreciate you giving me the heads up. So you go in and you have to like basically get enough information, get Frank to leave his keys so you can rewind time so he doesn't remember leaving his keys, and then you have.
But did you spill his beans and pop all over him before you did all that stuff?
No, I didn't.
Because I did, and it's amazing. Like he looks so dumbfounded. Like you pour his beans on him, and he just looks up and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he like stands up and slips on him and falls over, and then just gets back up and just comes at you. Then you just rewind it, and then he does the same thing. He's like, you spilled a drink in his lap. He just like, and Max is just like, I just wanted to see what would happen when I did this. And he just goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then, it's awesome.
That is awesome. So, like, I feel bad because, you know, I spent a lot of time talking to the police officer and to Nathan, which is good to hear that Nathan is starting to come off as a little, like, I might hear voices in my head also.
Yeah. It's fucked up. Yeah.
Especially when he's talking about Madsen's voice tells me to do this, Madsen's voice tells me to do that, and stuff like that. So, Nathan definitely has things that he's afraid of, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all his dad's fault that he's as fucked up as he is. So, like,
That'll happen.
you get a lot of the information, and I did, again, it was a situation where, like, I did the right thing the first time, didn't kind of see what you can get out of Frank. So, did you talk to him more?
I talked to him immediately before I went over and talked to anyone else, and he's just like, I'm not going to fucking tell you, I'm not going to do anything. She points out the fact that, didn't you try and kill me yesterday? Like, why would I help you or do anything? And you're just like, excellent point, I'll be back.
Yeah, he doesn't bring that up with me because I didn't try and shoot him.
Yeah, well, you're not a cold-hearted murderer like my Max is.
Yeah.
She's trying to she's more of an anti-hero. She's more of an anti-hero, really.
Absolutely.
But then you, like, the police officer, you find out that he is in the Prescott's family's pocket a bit for something that they helped him do. They never really, did they talk about that? Does he go into what happened that the Prescotts helped him with, or he just says like, they helped me once and now I can't get out, I can't get away from them?
No, he says like, I agreed to help them, to look out for them. You don't get the circumstances by which he did. So
yeah, you wonder how many people the Prescott family's got under their thumb.
Yeah,
Nathan. I also wondered what happens if you don't suspend Nathan. Is he still in the diner that day? Or would he be at school?
Good question.
I guess probably not. Max wasn't, but she's got shit worried. She's got bigger shit to worry about.
Yeah, maybe like Madsen's there if you get him suspended.
Or is Jefferson there? But they wouldn't really know. What's his name?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess
Jefferson might know.
Jefferson would know
Frank,
Rachel for sure.
Because Frank knows Rachel. And Madsen was keeping track of Rachel, so you might be able to still get information about Rachel that's relevant to Frank out of them.
Do we know how old Frank is?
No, but I would say because they did reference him going to Blackwell at some point. So I would say he's probably mid-20s.
Okay, and
mid to
him and Rachel had a physical thing, right?
Yeah.
Based on the pictures. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a picture that you find
her.
in Madsen's of her making out with Frank. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's gross and seedy. He could be early 20s as well.
It's
Whatever
so
he is, he's got a nice computer.
he's got a real nice computer, and the rest of the place is just shit.
He's got like a gaming PC that he clearly built. It's so weird. Yeah, so I went up to him like after I gathered all the information, which is like there's like some blood ritual that him and Rachel did that I kind of wish I'd asked about. You learn about that from Nathan because that could be related. We could go full occult and like this could be related to how Max got her powers or something. Rachel could have powers too, different powers. That's my running theory. Also, is that Rachel has powers.
That's my I guess.
Whatever happens to a person who has powers happened to Rachel, and we'll find out what that is.
Yeah. Maybe like using your powers enough fucks you up enough to where you just go straight up to the dark room. Just wake up there. Because she's had some blanking out problems in the first issue, didn't she? Black out a couple times.
She only blacked out in the second episode, but she started getting headaches in the first episode, and she's like backrolled all the powers because of that. So that's why she didn't get sick or anything at all in the third episode. But also you have to. I'm assuming that she's getting better with her powers and her tolerance has grown so that she can use them more. So,
that's good call.
Yeah, well, these are all my working theories. So yeah, I'm trying to remember. You don't really learn too much else about Rachel, but I had him bring out the photo of Rachel. With that, he brings out his keys, and then you take his keys. And he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, that's pretty much the reactions he has when you fucking pour shit all over him, too.
Yeah. He's definitely a scary person.
Yeah. I mean, I'll kill him if I get the chance, for sure.
Yeah. Stone cold killer.
I wonder question, are you the worst person in the world, and did you throw the bone into the street? With his dog?
I didn't know, because I'm not a monster.
I don't know who would do that either. I was like, holy fuck, because like, that's the only thing about him. Like, you get that he's, like, obsessed with his dog. He's got selfies with it. You see him watching the sunset in episode 2.
Yeah, with his dog. It's like you talk to the cop, he's like, yeah, he used to run dog fights, but he had, he ended up saving all the dogs, and the dog he has now is because of that. It's like, this is a guy who has, like, a soft spot for animals, clearly. It's like, let me throw your dog into the street like a fucking monster.
Because he would have got hit by a car.
Oh, absolutely. Because there's like a little thing that pops up and says, did you get the Frank's dog hurt? So maybe it doesn't die, but like, come on.
Oh my god, but fuck. I couldn't do that. That's monstrous.
Yeah, it's fucked up. That's straight fucked. And it's like, the only difference it seems is like you have a bit more time to do whatever. So
yeah, but I was never, like, the dog wasn't scratching at the door by the time I was done in his place.
Yeah, he was still eating that big old bone.
Yeah. It's a big bone. It's going to take up some time.
Yeah. So then you go through Frank's stuff. I did not find the gun. Did you?
No. Chloe's got a gun. That was my choice set, is Chloe has the gun. So maybe I did. Maybe I don't even remember. And my choice is if Chloe has a gun.
If Chloe has the gun, then you found it in Frank's place.
Okay, then
apparently it was like on top of some shelf.
I did find it.
I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. But because I wanted to get it. If I'm gonna steal some shit while I'm here, probably get.
Probably should take his gun.
Yeah, like the only thing here is like about like this time with love letters and pictures they had together. So
this little black book with Rachel. It's fucking weird. The pictures of her on his bed. Ugh.
Yeah, in like a bikini, jumping and dancing around. So, like clearly they were together, like a serious thing. And Frank doesn't know where she went either. But Chloe seems upset, as if by chance she might have had a romantic interest in Rachel.
Oh, that's for sure a possibility. Like, I'm almost convinced that she was interested in Rachel.
Yeah.
Because, like, like back in her room, did you look at her phone? Her, like, phone background is still
her background.
Her and Rachel. Yep. And she's like, Max is like, oh, At least
Yeah,
maybe a
I
picture of
kind
me
of
and
hope this
her.
would be us. Yeah, no, I definitely think that Rachel leaving is more than just like betrayal, like
Did
friendship
it?
betrayal to Chloe.
Did Chloe have the gun in her room when she was there? When you were in her room with her?
No. Oh, if you tried to
Yeah, I
shoot.
was gonna say I don't think he ever had the gun to begin with.
Okay, so he takes the gun if
Yeah,
you
okay,
don't
because I was
shoot him.
like, I didn't find it, but Chloe had a gun already the whole time. It's in her room with
Yeah.
her, just
Okay.
sitting on her nightstand, which is a little out in the open for my taste.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Okay, so that's what it was. Yeah. I guess Frank has the fucking gun now. So great. Um, but oh well, like we'll see what happens. Um, especially in this weird alternate plane.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chloe finds out all this stuff about Rachel, and she gets super pissed. And when she's like sitting in the car, so you're driving to, she drives you to school, and when I was like, "Listen, Chloe, I'm going to tell you what you get here. Blaming everybody else for your problems." And she even says like, because I tell her to grow up and like stop blaming everyone else. And she says, "Well, like if I don't, then I might have to blame myself, and I don't think I can handle that." I'm like, "All right, real talk. I
Yeah.
feel you, Chloe."
Yeah, that
Yeah.
scene got real,
So
real. Real, real.
yeah,
And
and
like
then
that's the
she
first
goes,
time
she
you really
goes,
see that she's like way
she's
more. I
hurting.
mean, you could tell that she's kind of fucked up from this, and yeah, she is hardened. But like that's the first time you really see like, oh shit, it's bad. Like it's real bad.
When her dad died, like her life changed,
Yeah.
for better and for worse, it seems. And like, yeah, I can totally understand like Max kind of carrying that weight with her, of like, because if I was her, I would want to do it so that Liam never died and none of this ever happened to Chloe, and she still had this kind of loving relationship in her life. So it's like I feel you, Chloe. You're fucked up and you're having problems, but like also like what are you gonna do? Like her dad died. Um, that's it, right? Like that's pretty much the end.
And then just the big what the fuck.
Yeah, because it doesn't take you through that school day, right? You just
No, you're like the
uh,
next thing you see is she's sitting on her bed and she's looking at the picture that Joyce gave you of her and Chloe the day that Chloe's dad dies in a
yeah,
car accident.
when you were 10 years old, which was yeah. So you're looking at the picture, it starts vibrating, and you're like concentrate, and then you flash back to the past. So like at this point, I don't know what you were thinking.
I was like at the same time Max was like, "Oh, what now?" I was just like, "Oh my fucking god, we're doing this."
Yeah, yeah, this is going down. I was like, because yeah, you're right. As soon as it started vibrating, I'm like, I know where this is going. I've read comic books. I know what happens now. And yeah, you flash back to your past self. It's full Days of Future Past type deal, where you're bringing that knowledge with you to your past self, and you have the chance to stop William from going to pick up Joyce from the grocery store, which is where he was killed in a car accident. I don't know if it was like a drunk driver or anything. I don't specifically remember. So like yeah, I'm like, okay, let me get my bearings, and then I was doing everything. I knew exactly what to do. Like I got to stop him from going. Now
Yeah.
to take the picture, you have to. The camera is sitting on the side, like on the kitchen counter. You go up to it and it says photo, and you take a picture of Chloe and William together, and it shows up
Okay.
in your pictures.
Did you look at the I was looking at the choice at the end. Apparently you can mark the fireplace.
Yeah,
Did you
I
do that?
didn't do that.
I didn't do that either. And there's one other thing you can do, I think, in the past. There's like three
I
things.
don't
I
know.
did none of them, so I have no proof of me any of that
When
happening.
yeah, I'm looking at the list of things and it says photo to the past and Max's mark on the fireplace. So I think it might
Oh,
just be those two
maybe it
things.
is just two.
When you take the photo, it does do the things like this decision will have consequences. So I don't really know what that means. So we'll have to find out. Yeah, I took the photo and then unplugged the phone. Tried to call the diner before that. Found the keys under the hat after I rewound time. I tried to hide the keys in like the cookie thing, but then he had that fucking key
Oh,
beeper.
I didn't know. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That didn't exist back then, I don't think,
Yeah,
maybe.
I was like, say what? This is 2008. Well,
Yeah.
bullshit, or
Fuck that
2003 even.
spy tech.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah. I tried to hide it in a bunch of books on the shelf, and I was like, okay, that's not gonna work.
And then like I was just like, all right, fucking out the window, close the window, done.
Oh, you put it in the window and it stopped working? I dropped mine in the water
Yeah.
in the sink and it didn't work.
Oh, okay. So I just threw his keys out the window.
I just threw it and dropped them in the sink, and then I think it broke the electrical thing,
Okay,
so it
cool.
wouldn't beep. Oh, that's cool. I
Yeah,
didn't know there were multiple ways you could actually. Because
yeah. I didn't.
I didn't try and unplug the phone. I tried to call the diner. And
Yeah, so I called the diner. Then I'm like, okay, unplug the phone. And then she calls him on his cell phone. He's like, no, I don't know why the house phone wouldn't ring. And you're like, oh, come on.
it's just one thing after another.
Yeah, I loved how like I was starting to get desperate at the end. Like, is there a way to stop this? I was starting to believe like
Would
I might
you,
have
if
to
you would
do
have
that.
had the choice, like you're pretty much forced to stop it,
Yeah,
obviously.
you have to.
If you were given the choice, because I thought we were going to have to choose, and
Yeah, I
I
did too.
honestly don't think I would. Would you have saved him, not knowing what would happen
I
anyways?
think I would have, just because like again, this episode for me was like me really falling for Chloe as a character and really like caring about her. Like anything I could do to make her life better, and it still might be better. I mean, we learned that she can't walk, but she might be happier, and like just like less tortured, like clearly just tortured. And like
I mean, she went
as a
from one
friend, I
type of
want that.
yeah. I mean, she went from one type of prison to another, but maybe this
Yeah,
was a little less taxing on her. But yeah, I mean, we were talking before we started about the Flash, and
yeah.
like I was worried like the Chloe that I knew and the Chloe that I had like come to like care about, or Max, that like the one that she had like she came back and Max had started reconnecting with her. Like I was like that Chloe's going to be gone forever.
Yeah, and she will be like absolutely. It's going to be a different person, and like you're right. Like that's the big thing. Is like
And so I
maybe
probably,
it's
if I was given the choice, I don't think I was going to save him,
yeah.
which is
I don't know.
selfish.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough choice, and I'm sure if you'd asked Chloe of like your present if you could save her, she would have said do it, and if you had asked Chloe of like the other present, she would have said don't. And like that's kind of the conflict, and
Yeah.
again, that's why I think the end of the series is going to come back to undoing or continuing that decision. So you stop William, and then you flashed forward after like you know a moment with Chloe. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And you're like, "I feel fucking great. Nothing's wrong." And then you flash back to your present body,
And it's all
and
fucking bad. You're in the Vortex Club.
everything's fucked. You're dressed like a Vortex
Fuck
Club
yeah.
hipster. You're wearing white jeans, even though I have a pair of white jeans and they look smashing. No, Max, no. And
Yeah,
you're like,
even Max is not the same person that she was, and that fucked me
yeah.
up more than anything else.
And it's like Max became a different person, but now that you flashed into her body, it's back to who she was. Again, it's a full Days of Future
Right.
Past situation,
Right. And
which I
Warren's
like.
with what's her name? The robot girl.
Warren's
I
not
think,
even
right?
with the Asian girl. He's with the
Oh, yeah,
other
yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
which was
Fuck that. Well, we're not worried
bullshit.
about that because no one cares about Warren. We're all about Chloe in this
Yeah, yeah.
cast.
I like how last week you're like, yeah, Warren. And I introduced you to the idea of like a Chloe romance. You're like,
No, I didn't know if they were going to go that way because I don't know how I feel with like every like two females come together and it's just like, well, they gotta hook up because that's just the way things are gonna
no,
be.
no,
forever.
it doesn't feel like that.
Right. But yeah, after
but
this, I was
like-
like, man, you know, Chloe, I'm hiding my feelings for a while for you. Clearly, for 3 episodes, I've been hiding my feelings for you.
Yeah, yeah. So you're like you're part of the Vortex Club. Everyone's like, "What's wrong with you?" I know we shouldn't have let her in there, and you're like, "Oh, fuck this." But like, I'm like, "Yeah, angst level to the maximum" in the background. And then you take the bus and run to Chloe's. And you see when the bus stops, Madsen's also the bus driver. Single fare.
Oh, that hurt me a bit. I was like, God damn, your life sucks even more now.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, sorry, man. And also, when you finish, like when it's going back, you see these flashes of Chloe's life changed in these pictures. And again, the
Did you know
pictures.
something bad was going to happen when the last picture is her holding up a pair of keys? And I was like,
No,
oh, nature's going to try and correct itself in a way. Someone's got to get in a car
yeah,
accident.
yeah, like oh, I didn't even think of that. Like I didn't realize what had happened to her, but that makes
I mean,
complete
and
sense.
they don't even say it was a car accident. I mean, I'm just completely assuming
No,
that's
no,
what it
but that
was.
that makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah.
Of like again, like it comes back to chaos theory, which is like chaos is going to happen regardless of what you try and do to change it. Um, which is like why I think Chloe might be like destined to die. This is also one of my running theories. Like Chloe's destined to die, and you keep saving her, but time's going to keep trying to kill her. Kind of like that whole Final Destination thing, except like you're her guardian angel, and it
Right.
might come to a decision of like Chloe dies, like a full Donnie Darko situation. Chloe dies, none of this shit happens. But if Chloe keeps living, the universe tears itself apart, which is fucked. I hope
It's
they don't do
pretty
that.
fun.
Please don't do that to me. Because it was a lot easier for Donnie to make that decision because it's what he wanted, but it's way harder to make that decision for another character. But yeah, you see the whales washed up on the beach, they're dead, and it's like, all right, great, everything's still fucked. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks, universe.
Except now it's even worse.
Yeah, except whales are dying. Whole whales.
Whole
That was
whales,
like a
and you're the only person who could help you stop this. She in a wheelchair. Not
yeah.
to
So
say
you
that
got
she can't do anything, but she didn't seem like she's just in a wheelchair. She had like the tube. She looked in bad shape.
yeah. She was alive, but like how well are we talking? You see Chloe again, and I almost started crying at
I
that.
know.
Much. That's how like destroyed I was, and how invested I was to that minute. Like it almost like completely destroyed me.
Did you think that something bad was going to like happen to her? Like when you went to the door and her dad answered, were you like Chloe's gonna be like hurt, or did you just think that she was gonna look like she
I
did when
didn't.
she
I
was?
knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know what it would be, and then when you see the shot of the wheel spinning up, I was like, "No!"
I know. And she had the freaking FDR blanket over the waist, and I was like, no.
No, no. And it's like, because William's like, "Oh, hey Max, I didn't know when you were going to stop by again but like we're talking like 3 months or 2 months into her being at school, so she hasn't seen Chloe yet, as well. So this Vortex Club Max didn't care about her.
Yeah, so I was wondering, is Max such a different person that she alienated Chloe, and she just
Maybe.
stopped hanging out with Chloe, and I was like, oh, Max is a shitty fucking person, or that's what she's gonna be. That's what Chloe's gonna think a little bit, probably.
But like Chloe was happy to see you. You see her smile at the end, and you just see Max like,
Yeah.
and like I'm sitting there like curled up under my blanket, like almost in tears because like this is the worst thing. And like that's it, and then it ends, and it's like, oh,
I can't wait 5 to 6 weeks for another episode.
I know it's killer, but like talk about the fucking king of cliffhangers.
I know.
Like this ending, like them going all in on the time travel mechanic is awesome. One, because I love superpowers. You do too, obviously.
Right.
But they're doing it in a way that's like tying these two characters. Like the series appears to be about Max and Chloe, like 100% about those two characters, and they're tying the powers and that mechanic into those two characters' story really, really well. So, and ripping my heart out.
Yeah.
in the,
So we're convinced. I like the theory that Chloe is gonna. I don't want to have to kill Chloe at the end, but like, yeah. I mean, you saved her in the first episode. You saved her in the second episode. I mean,
And
she's
you see
fucked
her
up in the third
irrevocably
episode.
in this third episode. So
Yeah.
it's it's cool that they're playing with like stuff like chaos theory, and this is like the butterfly effect, where it's like you change one thing and its effects ripple throughout time and change tons of things, and that's what's happened.
Do you think Rachel's still gone in this timeline?
I think so.
That's
It might
something
be
I wonder.
it might be possible, or maybe she never met Chloe. So
Yeah.
let's start dropping some theories, because I'm sure I've been thinking about some.
Right.
And we talked about it early in the show. I don't think the rest of the series, the rest of the season, is going to be this timeline.
Yeah. my guess is that maybe there's episode 4, and then by the end of episode 4, you're back.
Yeah,
But
and like I'm, it's possible that maybe you can switch between the two timelines. Like, you can jump back and forth. Like, I was kind of
that's true.
positing that
Yeah.
maybe like you have to pick one timeline to become the prime timeline by the end of the series. It's possible, but like there, like you said, like if maybe if Rachel is still around in this timeline, you could get information from her that could affect the other timeline. It's like that show Awake. I don't know if you ever watched this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where he like is never. Yeah. He wakes up in one universe where his wife's alive, and the other one where his son's alive. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
The other
that's
one's dead.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
So it
Lucius
could be
Malfoy.
like a situation where you can get information to that affects the other. And I don't know, like I want to see where that goes, and if they do just like Deus Ex Machina, like they just like send you back to the other timeline. It's like that one never happened. It's like I hope it's done tactfully, but like they've done so well with everything so far.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Yeah. They've handled most of the time travel powers with a little more grace than I was expecting. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. They've
But
thought about this a lot, and it's
yeah.
like I like that everything's a surprise. Like I didn't know what to expect. No one really did, but this is like for sure one of the best games of the year. I think.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah. I think some shit's gonna go down at that ominously titled end of the world party.
absolutely.
I mean,
On
that
the
was all they
13th.
showed in the like next time on Life is Strange. All they show is just like quick flashes of the party, and that was it. I was
Yeah,
like, oh
but you see
fuck,
Max. You see Max in her casual
at
clothes
the party.
from episode 2. So because she has the doe shirt on. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. But
No deer in this episode. I was surprised. The deer's got something to do with something. I mean, the deer. I guess you see it on her shirt, but like in the first episode, you see it in the flash, the beginning. In the second episode, you see a little like astral projection of the deer or
in
whatever.
this episode, you see the graffiti painting of the deer in the bathroom at the diner. So
I didn't go in the bathroom of the diner, so that would explain why I didn't see that.
yeah, someone crossed out the first photo or one of the photos from the last one where it was the like scratched into the window in the diner. Someone's crossed that out. So, and someone also wrote, Kate should have jumped on one of the fucking stalls. And you read
Yikes!
it, and Max is like, "Go fuck yourself." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck this guy."
Yikes!
Yeah, it's super uncool. Yeah, that's it, man. Like at this point, like Jacob and I were just like, as soon as what did I text you? It was, as soon as I finished the episode, I was just reeling from like whatever happened. Because again, I was like very emotional at the end. Dude, life is strange. Holy shit! Oh my god, dude, shit, fuck. So we were. I was emotional.
Yeah,
Say
dude,
the
I
least.
mean, this is a game that wasn't even on my radar at
Yeah,
all. And I mean, you said something to me, but I mean, I'd heard a little bit about it around the time because you sent me something about it like the first, like a week after the first episode came out. And I had heard a little bit, like this game is pretty good, but like, fuck, this game is at the top for games that I've played
yeah.
this year so far, and I don't see it like getting knocked down much at all.
Yeah,
Really, I mean, it's
it's
unique, it's fun, and it's really well done.
yeah, and like we talk about stuff that can't be overstated. It's just like as far as an adventure game goes, like this one controls the best because for like the two stick controls instead of like what Telltale's been doing. There's no action, so you don't have to worry about like quick time events or anything like that. Instead, they bring tension in like really surprising ways, like the escape Madsen when you're in the locker room, like get out of that, or like when Chloe's stuck in the railroad tracks and you have to solve this puzzle on a time limit.
Right.
And like even though there's no actual consequences because you can just rewind time, it doesn't feel like that. Like there are still consequences happening,
Right.
like the whole Chloe in a wheelchair stuff. So
And I know we're fairly fairly big Telltale fans, and I mean Wolf Among Us we toted pretty hard,
phenomenal.
but I mean I
Yeah.
think this takes the cake pretty high above that even.
Yeah, like I mean, I think that's more because you and I like that the kind of material it's using, which is like
Yeah.
teenage material. But even past that, like the characters and the writing is so strong,
Yeah.
and they're integrating the mechanics so well into the game that it's
Killing it. They're killing it.
yeah, like fuck man, Life is Strange. I guess what 6 weeks from now will be July. Is when we have to wait. I know. Until the next episode comes out, which is titled The Dark Room or Dark Room. So, uh, also, I want to say there wasn't as good a like opening intro, like a
I
musical
know. I knew
intro.
you were gonna. I'm surprised you didn't point that out to me. Because every time we do this, you send me a text. That title card, though. And I'm
And
just
like the
oh
title
yeah,
card of
that's
this
so
was
good.
still good because it's like her waking up and
Yeah. I need that
screaming
angsty
Kate.
musical opening to just kind of ease me into the adventure.
But like the thing is, they made up for it with the scene where you're laying on
Oh.
the bed with Chloe and the music's playing, and it's just like it's just the shot where you two like look at each other and then like, oh,
Staring at
so good.
God damn this game. God damn this angst.
Oh, it's hit me right in my angsty heart. So regardless, I'm sure they'll bring that back for next episode, and the music continues to be on point. All that indie hipster teenage music, just filling my heart with good vibes.
Yeah. To the brim. Everyone should.
But
I mean, I want to say everyone should try it. I don't. I mean, like you said, it's not. It really speaks to like our interests to like an
Yeah.
alarming level.
and
But
like the
I-
thing is, I had my roommate play the first episode. He's been so busy he hasn't had time to play the second. He started the second, but he hasn't finished it. And he hasn't even seen the third. But I'm like, Ethan, listen, it's fucking crazy. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay. But he still really liked the first episode, and he isn't big on like the twin stick controls, and he isn't big teenage drama, but he still really liked it. So there might be something there for you, and it's just $5 to play the first episode. So
and
I would
trust,
say
it only gets better. It
it
only
gets
better.
it gets like so much better, and I think
Yeah.
that first episode is really really good too.
Yeah.
So
And like I was worried, I wasn't sure. I was like, man, it's gonna be hard to top the second episode because I was flying high on Life is Strange after the second episode.
yeah, and for the most part, I thought this was more intimate but less like breathtaking than that second episode. But then they just like blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck, it's so good.
and it's not just like the twist ending where Chloe's in a wheelchair. It was like
No,
the
it's
way
the whole-
they
Spending the
evolved
whole episode with
powers.
Chloe.
Yeah, spending the whole episode with Chloe and like putting her future in your lap, basically, and making it so you wanted to help make her life better any way you could, even if there were consequences. It's just like they're doing everything right. And Max says hella at some point, and Chloe gets really excited about it. So
Yeah.
I think that's it though.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon with more Spoilercast for Life is Strange. And if you missed it, we did a Witcher 2 Spoilercast / Witcher 3 Hypecast. So if you're out there playing Witcher 3 right now and to get caught up, you can check that out and see what we did. You can follow Jacob at JacobB41 on Twitter and tweet him all of your angsty tweets.
Please do.
And you can follow me at AlFighter27. And we'll be back in 6 weeks with another Life is Strange Spoilercast. But until then, stay classy.